the joy feather, finding happy everywhere. Sunny and the joy feather, happier together.
Hello, hello, and welcome. And I'm just going to start right off here and put this in huge air quotes. Time to enjoy myself. Time
Yes,
to enjoy myself. What is that? Right? What is
that's
that?
now. That's
It's
now.
now. It's
It's
now. Oh, we do
now.
need this reminder. Thank you so much. And I want to ask anybody listening, our audience, right? Have
Yeah.
you ever felt like you just don't have time for happiness and play and creativity and all the things that make life feel good? Right? Bonita and I want to know this, and so do our best friends forever, our virtual best friends, Sunny Spot and the Joy Feather. They're right up there, right? Today, we're all going to show you some ways that we do that for ourselves and with our clients. You're going to see us play Dare or Dare with our mascots, which is like Truth or Dare, but very brave. Hi, Sunny. Yes. So yeah, how did we start this, Bonita? How the heck did we figure out that we both had mascots or alter egos, as we might call them too?
Well, you know what's funny? I actually found Sonny on a sidewalk many years ago. And I said, I'm going to keep him because someday he's going to play a role in my world. And I don't know what it is. And this was after I had been in a car accident and got a traumatic brain injury and life was blah. And I just thought he was just this little piece of joy. He was filthy dirty, but he was a little piece of joy that I found that day. So I always associated him with happy because he's got this nice big smile and he's yellow.
Mhm.
And now that I've got the Wild Happiness Project to help other people get happy, out he came out of the box. And then I realized how many happy face things I had in my life already. So it just sort of was a natural progression. And then, I had my little buddy doing the heavy lifting for me for a lot of my social media posts. And then we started talking about, hey, I've got a feather. Hey, I've got my little yellow dude. And it just went from there. And here we are.
Here we are. Here we are. Yeah, my joy feather, I think, came to me more recently than Sunny Spot came to you. Although I feel like it's always been a part of me, right? And yeah, what it came to me before my Joy Fest event for my Everyday Joy program and system, and it just was like this just floated right on in there. In fact, you made a song. We'll be sharing that at some point. A song that kind of tells more of the details of the stories about all of this stuff, and I love it so much. We're loving it. And that little intro that we had at the beginning there, that's like in the works, and it's just great. Thanks for creating those, Bonita.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
So it's not just I'm asking those listening right out there in listening land and watching land. It's not just us, right? Like, have you? We started the things that we're doing because we were. It just didn't seem like the right thing. That there should be no time for play and joy and happiness, right? So, have you ever experienced these things? Like, do you have time for play anymore? Do you give yourself time for play? What gets in the way of spending some of your time on just being happy, right? You can comment. I think I'm trying to have something open where we could respond to them, but I'm not sure if that's going to work this time. The tech thing is not always my forte. I guess that's the word, my strong suit.
But we're going to giggle our way through it, so it's all good.
We are, and we're gonna go into the comments later too and interact with you if we can't manage to do it live right now. So definitely let us know, right? Like what's your play experience? Do you set aside time for it? If you do set aside time for play and joy and happiness, do you also find it to be a struggle sometimes to like carve that space out in your world? Let us know, okay? So yeah, anything you want to ask the audience too, Bonita?
Well, I'd like to add something to that, actually. If you are trying to make time in your world for something, and in particular play, relaxation, fun, anything like that, if you write it down as a because statement, I am going to take an extra walk in the park today at 3:15 because, and then give yourself a couple of reasons, because it's good for me, because it's a beautiful day, because I've always wanted to go to that park. Your brain registers that differently. And it becomes a higher priority just by using because statements. And saying if you're trying to lose weight, I am going to choose a piece of cheese versus a piece of cookie because, and then you have your statement as to why. So that's a neat little brain trick. And if you start using it, it works.
All right. We have our first little tip for the day. That's great. Bonita and I have a million of them. We do. And case in point for what we really want to share today, right? Is that, and we really, if you take away nothing from this, it's that it's nothing but this, is that it's always the small things. But what Bonita shared was just a tiny thing, but these kinds of things are underrated. When we do the small things over and over and over again, they add up to change, they add up to shifting, and they add up to real power. So, exactly. Yeah. So this is how we're going to apply that to play, right? And joy, and building joy and happiness through play. We're in the middle of days of play right now. I'll put that up on the screen. Like, if you want to register, we got a couple more days. The replays will be available till next week. And there's that. It's myplay.growyourwholevoice.com. But
if you schedule it, you'll do it.
And do it. Exactly. Put it in the calendar. So today we're going to build some of these moments in to our day, just right in the middle of this day for us. And that's what we said about dare or dare. We're going to play a game, and then we're going to share it with you as well too. So ready to do our game, Bonita?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, so what has happened is that Sunny Spot and the Joy Feather have given us some dares to do a couple things that we don't usually do. Okay, so Sunny Spot is going to dare Bonita, and Joy Feather is going to dare me, but we're each going to read, Sunny Spot gave me Bonita's dare, and Joy Feather gave Bonita my dare. So, sound good? All right, here we go. Okay, you ready for yours, Bonita? Your dare?
I'm ready.
From your Sunny Spot.
I'm ready.
Sell us something random that's nearby you. Like, sell it all in, right? Like you're a late night infomercial host.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're ready for you.
A little bit of background on this. I love these pens. They have like 6 colors. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here we go. You're not going to believe this, but we have just received 100 and only 100 of these, and they will sell out quickly. And there are 6 colors, not 4, not 5, but 6 colors. And it can be yours today. There's only 100 available, and they're just $99 each. Get one right now.
Yay! All right. You'd make a great infomercial host.
I have a confession to make. I used to do infomercials.
You did?
I did. Yeah, for Slim and Lift jeans.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I am very excited as we move through these sessions, these live streams, for everybody to find out all the amazing things that you have done in your life. Just dripped slowly into our consciousness. Like, because it feels like every week you come out with something new that you have done.
You know what? I've always said that I'm a participant in this life, not a spectator.
Yep.
And I just like to try things. And when I was a high school teacher, my students always said, Miss, have you done everything? So I haven't jumped out of an airplane yet.
Yet. Oh my goodness. Well, there's a play style that you and I don't share.
You know what?
That would be way beyond my safety zone.
Well, I have rules for that. If the plane is already crashing, all right, cool. Other than that, no.
Bonita. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Do you want to give me the joy?
Well, yes, Joy Feather told me what she would like you to do.
Okay.
And then you know those nature stories of TV shows are telling you the life cycle of the bumblebee or whatever. You have to tell about me as if I am some wild animal.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard. No.
It is the Wild Happiness Project.
Right. You are the spearhead of the Wild Happiness Project. So, okay. Yeah, you're a wild animal. All right. Here we go. Like a nature documentary thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me sit with that for a moment. Oh, look. Just beyond the trees, we can see a little poof of poofy hair just sticking out behind the tree. Can you see it? I think it's the wild bonita. And wait, is that her tail that I see? is, is that her tail just waving gently just to let us know that she's there, but she's still a little shy. She's still a little shy. Be careful. Be careful. Don't creep up on her too quickly. We got to be careful with the wild bonita. Or she might get laughing too hard. There, that was it. All right.
That's the call of the wild bonita is a giggle.
Call of the wild bonita, right? Right. I love it. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
thanks
you.
for those dares, Sunny and Joy Feather. Oh, they have another dare for just all of us, right? So
Okay,
including
yes.
you in the watching, listening land, including you out there, we're going to text a heartfelt, well, Bonita and I are going to give it to each other, but you can text a heartfelt compliment to one random person in your life. We dare you, Sunny and Joy Feather and Bonita and I dare you to do this right now as you're watching it. And I guess if there's somebody in the room for you and you want to room with you and you want to do it with them instead of texting, go for it. Like you don't have to do it whatever way you want it, but do it now, right? Just real quick, some kind of heartfelt compliment while Bonita and I give each other one. And this is really not going to be hard, is it, for us?
Yeah, that's right. And you know what the big trick is with these kinds of things, though, is both the giver and the receiver experience happiness and joy.
All of
So it's a win-win. And
Mhm.
why not do it? We got to raise the vibration of this little blue planet. So I think, Jenny, you're absolutely amazing. I love your joy. I really do. And it's been so much fun getting to know you. And I'm loving that we're doing this.
Me too. Thank you. Oh, me too. I have so much gratitude for you being in my life. Your creativity is inspiring, and there's actually I'm getting a little emotional. So that for me, when that happens, words go out of my head. They go out, but there's some kind of feeling and emotion that I'm having, like expansion. You're helping me in the world to expand, and I'm witnessing that, and it just feels so honored and grateful to be a witness to it. So
Thank you.
mhm.
Thank you. Like I said, I'm just loving this, and it's that synergy, and it truly is happier together because
Synergy.
happiness and joy, they're, different perspectives on the same thing, just feeling better. And here we are together, and
Yep.
it's wonderful.
It is so beautiful. I'm gonna take off my background now because it's a little distracting to me. But while we do this next segment, I guess you could call it, I want you to think about for yourself what happens when you don't take the time to weave happiness and joy into your day. And maybe you do sometimes, maybe you do all the time. Maybe you don't ever really thought, maybe you've never really thought of it before to do it. And this is a new idea to you. But what happens when you don't, right? And take the time to make joyful connections with other people in the world like we've been doing today. Okay. Bonita and I, let's discuss that a little bit ourselves too, while people are feeling, and you feel free to add it to the comments as well. What happens to your life when you're not setting aside time for happiness and joy? Bonita, how about you? What happens to parts of your life?
When I wasn't actively trying to do things that had to do with happiness and joy, it was a pretty dark place because I was recovering from the traumatic brain injury, and walking and talking were very, very difficult. I was very isolated in my home, and I had to make a conscious decision that
Mhm.
every day I would look for one good thing.
Yep.
And that's how it all started. So it does often take work to begin. But then once you can do that, you say, all right, hey, I found the one good thing, and it's only 9:30 in the morning. Let's go for another one. And it's a snowball. And then you start feeling that glow inside of you, that happiness of, like when you see a rainbow is really cool, but then you see the double, then you see the triple. It's like, yeah, look at me go. And that's the whole thing behind it. It's a tiny little thing when you start, and it just keeps growing and growing. And you give off an aura when you walk into a room. When you are full of happy,
Mhm.
It's contagious. You share it with others around you, whether they want to catch it or not.
Yep.
And some people grudgingly will smile at you. But it's just, we got to raise that vibration to bring that happiness with us wherever we go.
Mhm.
And I'm giving out little happy things. I give out pens with happy faces that
Mhm.
hearts on top, just anything to make people smile. And it works really, really well. But you got to make an effort to do it to begin. And then you get momentum and it just takes on a life of its own and it's just happy everywhere.
Right. Or yeah, and then if you don't, like you said, it feels not so great, not so connected and everything. I'm remembering the kind of the biggest area of my life that was affected by not doing intentional joy, which I didn't even realize till after I started doing it, but this is the way it is my relationships.
Mhm.
My relationships just were not as healthy as they could be. They were not as flowy as they could be and connected as they could be. And I felt like I wasn't getting to what mattered in my life and therefore wasn't able to even share it with other people. It was kind of always felt like a game of catch up, I guess,
Yeah.
catching up or something like that too. And right now too, well, I'm in a big transition right now. You know this, Bonita, and some of people might who are listening might know this. Is that I am moving away from my home, my community of 30 years now. And it's a big, huge transition. And I'm going nomadic, going to be a digital nomad, as they say. And I'm very excited about it, but it's also a lot of stress. It's also challenging as well. And I am remembering other moves and other big transitions in my life where where I was not taking the time to still be joyful through this kind of a phase. And it just was, as you said, Bonita, just kind of dark. Sometimes I think loneliness was a huge thing
Mhm.
that I feel whenever I'm not, even on little days when I forget to do it for a few
Yeah.
hours, which sometimes I do for sure. Sometimes even a whole day, I might forget to do it. And then loneliness is one of the biggest feelings that I feel like. I think it's that disconnection with other people and with the world around me that happens. So yeah, here's some, you know, questions again for you to put in the comments. And we'll engage with them later, like we said before. What kinds of things happen to your life when you are able to, when you feel less able to do more joyfulness and happiness in your day? Would love to hear from you. So, yeah.
There's one thing that I've noticed if I'm, going through a day and I'm feeling blah, I think, what
Mhm,
is going on?
mhm,
And there's that expression, if it's to be, it's up to me. So I
mhm,
say to myself, if it's to be a happy day, it's up to
mhm,
me. So what
mhm,
am I going to do? So I turn on some music. I have a whole bunch of, these custom songs that I've done that are all really encouraging and positive, and I have them on a USB stick, and I've got 160 of them.
mhm.
And I just play those
Yep.
and dancing around in the kitchen, or I'll take the dog for an extra walk. He's always up for that. Anything at all to raise my own spirits. And within minutes, it's
Yes.
amazing how you can lock in and then you've got it for the rest of the day, or at least for several more hours. And you just do another little task. And I don't call it homework, but I call it home play. So
Mhm.
when you're
Yep.
doing the home play, say, all right, this little thing is going to help me. Why not do it? It's silly not to. It's punishing me if I don't do it. So why would
Mhm.
I punish myself when
Yes.
it's so simple to raise my spirits?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And you know, it's funny. It's striking me right now how when we give these tips to people, they are simple, right?
Mhm.
They are simple. They're easy to implement. I'm putting the easy in big quotes though too, because um, they do end up shifting things very, very quickly.
Yeah.
However, I do want to make sure everybody realizes that even if it's simple, that doesn't mean we should discount it. I think that's part of the problem, right? That's why we're having these consequences of not going ahead and weaving joy and happiness and play into our days. That's why we're having stress and overwhelm and all that, because we don't put the time towards it. I think we don't put the time towards it because we think it's so simple. We think we should just be able to do it, but often we can't. So the question is, how or I guess the first question is, can you even have this kind of energy and connection every single day of the type that Bonita describes when she's giving her tips, or me being more connected with my life, even through a big transition, right? Can you have that kind of energy and connection even on the challenging days every day? How do you do that? So we do have a little bit of an answer for that. Bonita, you know what I'm gonna share with them?
I don't know.
Oh,
Surprise me.
it's
I
your
think I do.
overwhelm. It's your overwhelm
Okay.
reset workshop
Yes,
because it's built for that, right?
it is.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, what do they get from that? What changes for them after they do this
Well,
overwhelm reset workshop?
I've got a book coming out very soon called Momentum Reset. And then what I've done is I've taken the book and broken it down into pieces, and I'm doing them as workshops.
Mhm.
So one of the workshops is about figuring out where your time is actually going in the day, because you wake up in the morning and you think, I've got this, 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 and this, and this I've got to do. The end of the day comes and you're looking at your list, and you only got 2 things checked off. The day is done and you're exhausted. Where did my time go?
Mhm.
So it's a trick to help you record what you're actually doing in the run of a day and appreciate it. Because if you don't do that, your brain doesn't register it. So it's a workshop with quick little hints and tricks that, I mean, the brain is an amazing thing, but we can trick it pretty easily. So let's use that.
Mhm. And
So go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
I say it's just, to teach you how to use these tricks to help your brain. And we're only going to take like 45 minutes or so. It's on Tuesday at 12 noon.
Mhm.
And we'll have the link around here somewhere. But feel free, join us 12 noon Eastern, and learn that simple little trick so that you can get that momentum. Because like I said, once you get that feeling of that happiness and that joy from, 1 or 2 little instances, then you go, ooh, I like this. It's like that first time you tried chocolate. Maybe your mom made you eat it the first time because it kind of looks gross, but then it's like, give me more.
Yeah. Give me more. Give a little story of what, like what maybe from one of your clients of what changed for them once they had those tools in their tool belt. Right?
Well, everybody has been totally flabbergasted with just how much they accomplish in a
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
Because especially if you're a mom and you've got to keep children alive.
Yep.
Because all of that takes energy. All of
Yeah.
that takes organization. All of that takes brain power. And if
Mhm.
you're not recording it and making it so that your brain acknowledges it, and you're
Mhm.
not patting yourself on the back, your brain goes, didn't happen. It's kind
Right.
of like that line, video or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Brain says proof or it didn't happen.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm teaching you how to find that proof, record that proof, teach your brain that there was indeed proof. And you don't have to do that all the time. It's a momentum reset. It's to get you back to where you need to be. And then you can suspend doing this practice.
Right.
But when you start to feel you're sliding again, you start again.
Yeah.
So it's not something you have to do the rest of your life. I recommend, do it for about like 6-8 weeks. And then you should be settled. And then when something happens that trips you up, go back on it again for another couple of weeks, retrain, and off you go again.
All right. And then you're saying that they're within a short time, people are surprised by how productive they are, by how much more efficient they are in their lives, even when they're taking care of kids. That's amazing. I witnessed the same thing. This is the kind of thing that joy and happiness does. So yeah, that is what you're going to experience. And do you have any specific tiny win? I know tiny wins is a thing in this, right? What's one specific one from either your own life? Well, maybe we'll each share a tiny win, right? That you got from doing your own program, or that one of your clients got from doing your program.
Well, the program, the full program is called 100 Days, 100 Ways to Happier. And everybody, they do a quiz to find out which type of person they are and which path is most appropriate for them and which level.
Mhm.
So then they get 100 days of activities based on their interests and where they are on their happiness thermometer so far, kind of thing. And so altogether, there's 1,200 different things, but I've got them sorted for the person. So I have quite an extensive list is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But one of the quickest and easiest things you can do is a brain dump. If you've got stuff playing in your head when you're trying to sleep, it's not going to work because you got to try and settle that down. So what you do, keep a notebook and pen beside the bed, brain dump it. Just write down keywords from all these things that are dancing around. And then your brain goes, that loop has now been closed. I can let it go.
Mhm.
And then you can sleep.
So that's a tiny win.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because then you
It
get to sleep.
improves your sleep.
You get to relax and go to sleep. I love it. Just with that one simple hack.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
keep the notebook and pen beside your bed. Always do that because otherwise you're going, oh, it's too far. It's on the other side of the room. I'll get cold and I don't want to do that. But meanwhile, you're still going to toss and turn for 2 hours when you
Mhm.
could have just got up and gone across the room and
Right.
got the pen and the pencil.
Right. So yeah, like I said before, you and I probably have a million of these 1,200. That's ideas to bring people to these kind of like wins throughout our days. I love it so much, and I assume you're going to be sharing a lot of them at the Overwhelm Reset workshop.
Of course.
We are going to. You can either direct message Bonita right through your LinkedIn because that's where people are watching us right now. I guess we can put the link in the comments as well, right?
Sure.
You'll do that too. And so, yeah, it's next Tuesday. So we'll put that in the comments pretty much as soon as we're done today. Sign up now for that and get it in the calendar, like Bonita said before, so you can start getting all these tiny wins into your days. Again, simple, but not always easy to implement. And yet surprisingly easy and quick once you get going on it with that support from Bonita and her Overwhelm Reset workshop. So, do you have any? There going to be replays to this workshop?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll have them up for a little while.
So even if Tuesday at noon doesn't work, I'm going. By the way, I'm going to go.
Thank you.
Even if Tuesday doesn't work, then you get to still get the benefit by registering. So yay. All right. We are all so excited to get happier together with you at the Overwhelm Reset. Yeah, happier helps. That's your phrase,
That's
right?
Oh, I have to show you. I don't know if you can see it. I got my
Oh,
new mug.
you got a mug.
Happier
Wow,
helps.
project.
And then on the other side is sunny.
Sunny
And look, and just watch the bottom.
Oh, I love it. Yay! You with the props. I love it. It's so inspiring. You gave me
Everybody should have a couple of little props at their desk.
Mhm.
Just a little thing you can touch that reminds you that things are not always bad because it might be a bad day at work.
Yeah.
And just some little thing. At me, it's my necklace. On it, it says, if I can believe it, I can make it happen. So I have that. And then when somebody asks me to do something, I feel like I'm a juggler some days, right? And people keep throwing balls at me and some of them are on fire. But I have a magic wand.
Yeah, I have one
When
too.
the magic wand come out, they know that I'm really going to work hard and make it happen.
Yes, exactly. That's kind of what my joy feather is as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So
And I have
yeah,
a
happier helps. We are happier together, and get clicking on Bonita's Overwhelm Reset registration link, which we'll put in the comments, or just direct message her if you have more questions. It's going to be fun and powerful shifts for this. So yeah, thanks so much. Where's Sunny? What can we say? Can he say goodbye too? Yeah. All right. So we'll all say goodbye. My joy feather's waving too. And thanks so much, everybody, for this. Mwah.
See ya.